It is now my pleasure to introduce our next presenter, Thomas Rosicki. Tom is founding principal of Rosicki and Associates law firm and proud vintner at Sparkling Point. He will be introducing our next David awardee, Daniel Serota, the Honorable Mayor of the Village of Brookville and principal and president of Serota Development, LLC. Tom?
Dan Serota is a leader, and then some. As principal and president of Serota Development, developing commercial and residential properties throughout Long Island, he's a leader in the real estate world, he's a leader in business, and then some. As an active board member of the AHRC Foundation, volunteering his time to help children and adults with developmental disabilities, he leads through service, and then some. As a father, he leads by example, as a man of integrity to his sons, Stephen, Jonathan, and Chase. Dan leads by example, and then some. As a husband of 24 years to Sherry, Dan leads by knowing that Sherry is the boss, Dan. And then some. As a dedicated public servant, as the mayor of Brookville and the police commissioner of Brookville, Dan regularly goes beyond what might normally be expected. When a resident noticed smoke coming out of a light switch one day, the first phone call this resident made was to Dan, and then called the fire department. Well, Dan hopped in the car, he rushed over, put the fire out, got to the scene before the fire department, and he regularly gets calls night and day from the residents of Brookville, whether it's fires, bats in the house, wild dogs in the yard. Are there wild dogs in Brookville? And the moral to the story is, there's something weird in the neighborhood. Who you gonna call? Dan Serota. And you may want to put this on your speed dial. Dan's home telephone number is 5169. And if we need anything else to qualify Dan for this award, he's got the same curly hair that David has. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Dan Serota.
Tom, thank you for those kind words. I think they were kind. Christine and Network Magazine, thank you very much for this wonderful honor, and like so many of the other honorees have said, not only are we honored, we're humbled by it, and I just want to give you a round of applause for a wonderful, wonderful job that you've done. I want to thank, as Tom mentioned, my beautiful wife, Sherry, of 24 years, who helps me on an even path. My three sons, Stephen, Jonathan, and Chase, my youngest son, is here today. The other two are in college. My mother, who's here today, Vivian Serota. I also want to thank our CFO of our company, Joe Simone, and also the president of Lighthouse Management. Steve Apis is also here. He's our director of leasing. And Mike Cassidy, our general counsel. They afford me the luxury to be the mayor and the police commissioner, so I thank you. I also have our village administrator, Tim Doherty, here, Winsome Citarella, our village clerk, and Angela Menino, who's our Board of Trustees secretary, and our village attorney, John Chase, one of the preeminent attorneys on the North Shore. So thank you for helping me. A lot of my friends come up to me and say, Dan, you have a somewhat successful business, you have a great family. What in the world would you want to be the mayor and the police commissioner for? And I tell them over and over again that I can't fix my problems, but I like to help people fix their problems. And I remember growing up and going to zoning board meetings with my father, Nat Serota, when we were building a shopping center, an office building, and the zoning boards and the planning boards would be full of rancor and anger. The residents would be yelling at the board at the residents, and of course, they'd be yelling at us, the developers. And I always said there's got to be a better way to make things better. And there is a way, and I practice that as the mayor of Brookville, because I take what I've learned in the public field and what I've learned in the private field, and what I mean is Brookville is, not to brag about it, is bigger than some countries. We're bigger than the Vatican, we're bigger than Monaco, and we're home to CW Post. We're home to New York Institute of Technology, Lutheran High School, the AHRC, St. Paul's Catholic Church, the Greek Church of the Holy Resurrection, and they're all building things. And they all got to come to me and our board and the residents. So I sit down with everyone, and we speak with each other, not at each other, and we work through in a positive, logical way to get things done. And that's why I enjoy doing what I do. And this room is filled with people who like to network to make things better here on Long Island. And I really enjoy living here and raising my family here and building my home here. And I think of Long Island as an extended family, and we all need to hold hands to walk to the future to continue to make it a wonderful place to live. So thank you all, and God bless you.